Donald Trump fired up a mostly cheering crowd at his rally in South Carolina tonight, but several protesters were including a Muslim woman who stood silently during Trump's speech. Senator Jeff Zeleny is there, and he has the story. So, Jeff, a shocking moment tonight at Donald Trump's rally. What happened?
Well, Don, it sure was. I mean, we see protesters at Donald Trump rallies all over the country, everywhere he goes. But we haven't seen many moments exactly like this. And just to set the scene for you, about 30 minutes into the rally or so, there was a bit of a commotion happening behind the speaker, behind Mr. Trump. He kept speaking a little bit, but there was a silent protest. Rose Hamid, a 56-year-old flight attendant from Charlotte, was standing silently, and the people around her were watching to see exactly what was happening, as you can see from this video here. And suddenly a police officer escorted her out. But what I was most shocked by, and she was making a statement, she came to this rally to show Trump supporters what a Muslim actually looked like, and she was just like them, and she's a proud American as well. But when she was escorted out and walked up the steps, what I was struck by was how this crowd treated her. You can see it from the video there. Someone did a hands down thing to her. Other people were screaming, and all the way across the hall where I was standing, some people were saying some very not nice things that I won't repeat here, Don. So that's what I was struck by, how the crowd reacts when something like this happens. Of course, this has all been inflamed by the rhetoric that has been going on for the last couple of months or so on the campaign trail.
Yeah, and as you're speaking there, we just saw the video of the guy giving her the thumbs down, and then at the end, his wife sort of pulls him away, but there were a lot of people booing her as well. Was Donald Trump aware of what was going on?
I do not believe that he was aware of exactly what was going on, but of course, all of this was sort of started with other people who were also being escorted out. It was kind of a series of protests. So he sort of stopped speaking for a while, but I do not believe that he actually knew specifically who was let out. And Rose was sitting sort of directly behind him, so I do not believe that he saw exactly what was happening. And we actually asked his aides for a reaction, why she was thrown out, and they have not yet returned our request for comments.
Jeff Zeleny reporting tonight. Jeff, thank you very much. I want to bring in now Rose Hamid. She is the Muslim woman who was at that rally and who was kicked out and got us some guff from the crowd. So, Rose, what happened?
I'm not sure. I think my purpose for going there, as was mentioned, was that I have this sincere belief that if people get to know each other one-on-one, that they'll stop being afraid of each other, and we'll be able to get rid of all this hate in the world, literally. So that was really my goal, was to let people see that Muslims are not that scary. The people around me were lovely. There was people who were very nice. They were sharing their popcorn. It was very nice people all around me, the people I had conversations with. But then what happened when the crowd got this like hateful crowd mentality, as I was being escorted, it was really quite telling and a vivid example of what happens when you start using this hateful rhetoric and how it can incite a crowd, where moments ago were very kind to me. Actually, one woman reached over and shook my hand and said, "I'm so sorry this is happening to you."
Yeah. So you said that you wanted to show people at the rally that, Muslims are just like you, but some people would say, why would you even go and put yourself in that position, Rose, to be around those people?
Because I don't want to think of them as those people. I think that's what the problem is that we look at people and we categorize them as those people who are bad people and these people are the good people. And I believe that people in all camps are decent people when you get to know them, as was evident by the people who were around me, who were very lovely people. But it's when you get that hateful rhetoric going is what incites people. I never felt truly threatened. I was not afraid of these people because I truly believe that the decent people would have stood up and not permitted that. That's my belief. I believe
so
that
what
most
were they
people
saying
in the
to
world
you?
Are decent.
So because according to some of the reporting, they said they were
like one
booing
guy,
you and shouting you to get out. And did one person really say, "You have a bomb, you have a bomb"?
Yeah, one guy was saying, "Get out! Do you have a bomb? Do you have a bomb?" And I said, "No. Do you have a bomb?" So no, they were saying ugly things. One guy was saying, "God is great." And I'm like, "Yeah, God is great." And one guy said, "Isa loves you," which is the Arabic word for Jesus. And I said, "Yeah, I know, and Jesus loves you too." So the thing is that people don't even know what they're saying. They don't even, they just get riled up in the hate mongering, and they don't even know what they're saying. So I basically feel sorry for them. They just don't know what they're missing.
So we hear, Donald Trump, he's told me, said in other interviews that he has a lot of Muslim friends. Do you believe that?
I don't know. You have to define friends, I guess.
Go on.
I just don't know. I just don't think, I don't know what would he call a friend, and I don't know what, so I can't answer that. Do I believe that he has friends? It's obvious he has business dealings with Muslims, but, I don't know if he really knows what Muslims stand for, and I don't even think he believes in the rhetoric that he's spewing. I think he's just saying stuff to get attention and to get his numbers up. I think.
Well, you're not the first person to say that, because Donald Trump is, a native New Yorker, and there are plenty of Muslim people, as there are all types of religions and ethnicities here in New York City. But you said to me, I thought you said something that was very profound. You said, I went there because, not these people, I didn't mean it in that term, but you don't want people to look at these people, as these people. But your treatment, were you surprised by how you were treated, or did you think you were going to go and people were going to be accepting and embrace you?
I think it played out like I had kind of envisioned. I knew that the people that I had made contact with would be decent, nice people, because when you make a human contact, that's what happens. But when you don't, then the opposite is what happens. And I'm not 100% surprised. I knew that. I've seen what happens before at other Trump rallies, but once again, I don't want to lump all of them into those people either. I think that everybody's redeemable. Everybody's got good qualities. It just depends on what they're hearing and what they're being influenced by.
So, Rose,
or allowing themselves to be influenced.
Rose, tell us about the T-shirt. You wore the T-shirt for the rally, and I think you wore the star. Is that a star? I can't see it real clear. I have a very small monitor in here. And the star that you have. Tell us about it.
It is a star.
Yeah. Tell us about it.
Well, the T-shirt says, Salam, I come in peace. It's from a website, Cool Muslim Shirts.com. And it's just, I thought it expressed what I wanted to say, which was that, I shouldn't be feared. You shouldn't be afraid of me. I'm coming in peace, that old saying. And that's what the shirt is about. So I wanted to be very visibly saying, so that people wouldn't harass me, that I'm coming here peacefully. And Islam is a peaceful religion, and Islam is part of Salam. So
is this yellow patch? Is this a star that's reminiscent of the one Jews wore during the Holocaust? Is that what that is?
Yes, it is. It is. Yes, it is. It's supposed to be reminiscent. That whole concept of categorizing Muslims or putting Muslims in a database and having them have special identification cards is very reminiscent of the Nazi mentality.
What do you want the people at the rally to know about you? Because they may not have gotten to hear you speak then, but now they may see this interview. What do you want them to know?
I want them to know that they shouldn't be afraid of Muslims. That Muslims are not the problem. People who rant extremist views on all fronts are the ones who we need to be wary of. I'm hoping that people will learn more about what Islam really says. We've got more alike. There's more things alike in our faith traditions than there are different. We worship the same God. We worship the same. We honor the same prophets. So it's something that they should not be afraid of Muslims. We're especially Muslims living in America. We're just trying to live the American dream, whatever that might be.
Do you support a candidate right now?
I'm still looking around. I'm still shopping.
Would Donald Trump be among them, possibly?
No, I'm sorry, but after he had some valid points. There's some things that I thought he was on point with, but just his style, I think, would not be a good place for America to be.
Rose Hamid, thank you. We appreciate you coming on CNN. Have a great weekend.
Thank you so much.